Welcome to the Hollywood Highway, the fastest way to get you inside Hollywood. I'm your host, Ada Woolfolk. The mission of the Writers Guild Foundation is to serve the community of writers so that writers will, in turn, serve the community. Through offering resources such as special events, outreach programs, and a state-of-the-art library and archive, they educate and inspire writers in order to promote and preserve excellence in writing. We spent time at their facility to learn more about the many services available. Right now, I'm going to take you inside one of the greatest resources here at the Writers Guild Foundation, the library. Now, there are so many treasures in this library. Over here, we have the feature film section. We have Slumdog Millionaire. So the catalog is very current. In addition, they also have many DVDs, so you can always grab a script off the shelf and follow along with the DVD. For actors, if you have an audition, you don't have time to watch the show, come down here and grab a script. Maybe you're auditioning for House. Take a look, see what the tone of the show is. If you're a writer trying to write a spec script or trying to get a staff job, this is the greatest resource. Now, the library is open not only to writers, actors, but anybody in the general public. Operating hours are Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock to 5 p.m. Thursdays, they're open late from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And keep in mind that the last Friday of each month, the library is closed to the public. Right now, I'm here in the Preston Sturges Lounge, which is right outside of the library. It's a lovely sitting area where you can sit with your script as you review it, or magazines, or write. And I'm going to have the opportunity to speak to the Director of Outreach Programming, Adam Huss.
As the Director of Outreach Program for the Foundation, probably my favorite thing that I can tell you about is the high school screenwriting workshop program that we do, which is a crash course in storytelling that we take into the LA public high schools. And for about 2 weeks, we take over a high school class, like an English class or something like that, and we teach the kids about screenwriting. We get them to write a script. Each student writes a short script, and then on the last day, we bring in SAG volunteer actors to perform the scripts for them and bring their words to life. You get a lot of apathy, a lot of distrust when you first come in, and by the end of the workshop, we have kids opening up and telling amazing stories about their lives, really like discovering things about themselves that they didn't know that they had talents, and just like creative outlet that they didn't realize they could do.
The Writers Guild Foundation's mission is to serve the community of writers and for writers to serve the community. And we also have a mission to promote and preserve the work of writers. So all our programs are open to the public. We use a lot of volunteers for our events and various programs, and one of the things that does is that the people who become our volunteers, we get to know them, and quite often our board members get to know them, and there is a mentorship thing that sometimes happens as a result of that. To me, writers are the most important people on the planet, and I love them. I love hanging out with them. I love working with them, and I just love this job. We also have a series called Writers on Writing, where we invite prominent writers to come and talk. Pretty soon we're having Ronald D. Moore come from Battlestar Galactica, and he's going to be talking at the Writers Guild Theatre, so we're very excited about that.
I'm a huge fan of Battlestar Galactica. I am a sci-fi fan from way back. Those of us who were misshapen kids who got beat up in high school invariably are. But I was a huge fan of the show from its inception, and I'm really excited that I got asked to interrogate Mr. Ronald D. Moore tonight.
I was a struggling writer once myself, and everybody has to find a way into the business. I was always interested in what other established writers had to say about things that they had learned along the way. Everything from how to break into television to sort of what you do once you're there, writing tips and sort of ideas about just the process. And I know how much it meant to me when I would see people in my position now that were willing to come and talk. And so I feel like why not? Why shouldn't I come and tell people?
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show them the show, and then we'll talk, and then they'll be surprised and like, wow, And they were surprised, and they were not loud. They hated it, they booed, and they hissed, and I was a little bit taken aback. And then we just kind of went to, all right, let's take questions. And the questions were hostile, and it was. But the key moment I remember really clearly. Somebody stood up and said, "All right, you can see how unhappy this makes us, and will you, if this show gets picked up to series, will you do something that we can enjoy more? That's something that's more in keeping with what this audience wants?" And I said, "Well, how honest do you want me to be?" "Oh, tell the truth. Don't lie." And they all start shouting. I said, "Well, the answer is no. That this is the show, and you don't have to like the show, you don't have to watch the show, but this is the show we're going to do." And then they got really upset. I think I respond to something unexpected on the page. There's a lot of familiar, plots and tropes out there, and you read the specs, and you're within the first couple pages, and you just know what they're going to say next, you know what the next scene's going to be, you know where the show's going to go, or the movie's going to go. And when I read something that's unexpected, or I really have no idea where this is going, that intrigues me.
The Writers Guild Foundation is associated with, but independent of, Writers Guild of America. For more information, you can find them online at www.wgfoundation.org.